So Stacey, I'm just really interested now how you've been going with SBSR. I think you've done about 4 modules now.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I've been finding it actually really useful.
Have you?
On a number of levels.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I guess as the personal and professional, as it were. So how's it been personally for you?
Well, in terms of doing it personally, it's been really useful because I was already, working on an issue when I first started doing it, when we first started discussing it, and I think it's just really enhanced what I was already doing. It's really gotten me a bit more specific around it, which has been really helpful because, when you're challenging something for yourself, you can sometimes, I was finding I was a bit, probably not as specific as I needed to be to really get the impact I needed. Yeah.
And so what enabled you to get more specific? What parts of the SBSR process?
I think because the process itself really takes you through the problem very clearly. So it steps you right through and it really gets you to explore the problem in terms of your emotional reactions, thoughts, feelings. It takes you really into quite a number.
Doing that formulation.
Yes, exactly. And then it also gets you to imagine how it could be different as well, which has been really helpful as well. So I think just the depth that it asks you to take into, knowing it on an intellectual level myself, but going much further into it.
What is it about the SBSR process that takes it to that different level then?
I think it's because it's so targeted.
Yeah.
I think because it is so targeted, it's taking you, and exploring each of the elements of the problem itself.
Yeah.
So the thoughts, the emotions, the behavioural reactions, the avoidance in my case. Really going quite deeply into it.
Yeah. And so is that giving you, how's that helped in terms of your understanding of CBT? And indeed, I'm interested in how that might have, whether it's helped you on a skill level, and if so, how it has.
I think what it's done for me in terms of my understanding of CBT and on a skill level, is that it's given me, I guess, a bigger insight into how each of the strategies can be used with clients. I guess it's given me more insight into the sort of situations it can be applied to. And I'm finding that I'm using each of the skills, like I'd always used a lot of it, but I'm finding that I'm using them in a much more specific, much more detailed way. So for example, the VAS, the visual analog scale, I'd always use the VAS for I guess, rating a client's emotional reaction to a situation and exploring that with a client. But I'm finding the VAS and the way it's presented in the program has been really helpful in that it's helped me to actually use it as an outcome measure to be able to measure a client's progress and be able to explore that with a client. I used that particular activity with a client the other day who presented with self-esteem issues. And it was really helpful in that it helped to conceptualise what it looked like to have really poor self-esteem, what it looked like to have really good self-esteem, and actually helped her to see that she'd actually made some progress in this that she wasn't recognising when we first discussed it. So it was really helpful to have done that myself beforehand and to know that I could use it for that purpose. And I probably wouldn't have realised that without actually doing it for myself. I guess I've been able to get more insight into when this is going to be useful for a client. So just a deeper understanding of that, being able to go, here we go, this strategy can be brought in here, that I didn't quite get just by reading a textbook. If that makes sense. So just being able to apply it to myself has really, it's a weird sort of situation because it's more a felt experience than it is logical. So it's hard to actually explain it here.
It is, isn't it? It is. I've heard a lot of people say that actually. I wonder if there's something about the experiential aspect of it that...
I think so. I think that's exactly what it is, because I've done it and I know how it worked, and I know exactly what it felt like for me to do it. I think it's better when I'm identifying those same feelings and same thoughts, or a parallel in terms of the client's experience.
Yes.
I'm able to go, aha, here we go, this is going to be a useful intervention at this stage. More so than just having a theoretical understanding of whatever strategy it was. Because I've done it personally, I can go, yes, there's a parallel here between my experience and the client's, so I can actually place it in here and see whether it's going to work. And I found it's been really good at I've found that I've been really good at being able to pick that much better than I would have without the PSR.
Yeah, good. And I'm also interested in, so there's like the SP, which is the self-practice.
Yes.
What about the self-reflection?
I think what they add is, because you're going through the module and you're applying, you're doing the self-practice as you're going through the module, but the self-reflection questions at the end, I guess, give you that insight in, okay, this is my experience as I'm going through the module itself. But the self-reflection questions allow you to then go, okay, extend that a step further to how am I going to apply this to clients, and in what way could it be useful with clients? I think that's the value of those questions in particular. I
love the way that you're doing that, because what we now talk about is the reflective bridge.
Yes.
The reflective bridge between the personal and the professional.
Yes.
You just kind of
and it is that
illustrated
it's going, okay, this is my personal experience, but this is how that reflection allows me to go, okay, where's this going to be helpful and how will I apply this, and was this helpful for me and how would it be helpful for clients?
Yeah.